Hey guys, and welcome to my top 5 Vita games of 2013 video, in which I count down my favorite Vita games to come out in 2013 according to their qualities and merits as gaming titles. So if you were curious and wanted to check out my top 5 Vita games of 2012 video, you can do so by clicking right here. But without further ado, here we go. Coming in number 5 is Soul Sacrifice. So what primarily made Soul Sacrifice stand out to me was that it was a fun and fresh take on the very tired hunting genre. So the genre that, Monster Hunter is credited for creating, or for at least popularizing, has become very stale as of late, with additions like Ragnarok Odyssey and Phantasy Star games are very similar, or Monster Hunter games similar to Final Fantasy, and Tokiden and a bunch of other stuff has recently come out. So Soul Sacrifice had very fresh combat, a very fresh art style, and fresh lore and stuff like that. So the strengths of the game were its presentation. The graphics were really good. The music was incredible, and the lore. Just flipping through the pages of the lore and everything in the book was a blast. It has hundreds of hours of content just in the main quest alone. It did take me well over 100 hours to platinum the game, and that's without even doing all the downloadable quests, getting all the black rights that you can download from the PlayStation Store, spells and other quests and stuff like that. So it's a very worthy addition to the genre. So coming in at number 4 is Rayman Legends. So Rayman Legends improved on Rayman Origins in virtually every way, like almost in every single way. It's one of the best 2D platformers I have ever played in my life. It's awesome. It's such a great game. So it's definitely up there with the best of them when it comes to 2D art. It looks like a painting when you're playing it. There's no other way to describe it. Like, it just looks like a painting. It's really, really sharp. And the art is just super nice. It's so appealing to look at, and it runs like butter on the Vita. So if anybody was worried that it doesn't run as good as it does on PC or PS3 or 360 or whatever, it runs like butter on Vita. It's at full native resolution and this looks fantastic. So the things they added were the Murphy levels, which are touchscreen based levels, which kind of use Vita's tilt and touch, controls to get through. Those may not have been everyone's cup of tea, but I found they were quite good. And the music levels are just fantastic. They take songs and they kind of Raymanify them, and they're a lot of fun to play through. And there's so much content. There's daily challenges where you can race against your friend's ghosts and try to beat the top times and stuff like that. So this is a game that I'm going to constantly have back in my Vita well into next year. So coming in at number 3 is Hotline Miami. So this game, more than any other game, which is kind of weird for me to say, like, more than any other third-party game at least, this game belongs on Vita. This game is at home on Vita, more than it is on console, more than it is on PC, at least in my opinion. So it's a great concept. I like the story, is kind of the way it's presented is kind of neat. And I've never really played anything like it. It's having the music blaring and being such a cool part of the levels is awesome. The controls feel wonderful on Vita. I don't think I've ever played a game as responsive as this. Like, like it feels so immediate and responsive, and it's super, super smooth. It's blistering 60 frames per second gameplay. Like, it's perfect. So in this game, you will die a lot. You will die constantly, but every single time you do, I've never felt that when I died, that it wasn't my fault and that the game's being cheap or whatever. Every single time I've died, and I've died hundreds of times, maybe 1,000 times, I know where I went wrong, and I know how it was my fault, and I have a better understanding of what I can do to be better. So those kind of games like that, kind of like Dark Souls 2, it's not frustrating to die. It's just addictive. You'll be up all night, and you'll definitely be up all night trying to get the A+ on every single level. So while the game is short itself, going back and trying to A+ every single level, there's we're talking about dozens of hours of content here, and for its price there, especially considering the cross-buy and everything with PS3, it's a great title and definitely belongs on most people's top 5 lists. So coming in at number 2 is Killzone Mercenary. So put quite simply, Killzone Mercenary is the best looking portable game ever made, and it's also the best portable shooter ever made. Nothing else comes close. My phone is a beast. My phone is like super, super powerful, but I've never seen a phone game look this good, and I don't think I will for a while. It's such a great, it's a good shooter, and it's a great game even by console standpoint. It controls very well, it looks really good, it runs really well, and it's fun. So the campaign is great. It does offer a new look and a new take on the ISA and Helghast War, spanning from Killzone 1 to Killzone 2. So it was really cool to play like a third party, to play a mercenary in the war. And while I do feel like they could have really done a bit more to, play a little more on the Helghast side as opposed to the ISA side, it still was really great, and you do get to kind of experience both sides of the war, and it's a really worthwhile campaign. The multiplayer is fantastic. Although in my review here, you're gonna, if you watch my review, I do mention my specific issues I have with the multiplayer. That does not detract from its merits as a quality multiplayer experience. It's still a lot of fun, and I play it frequently to this day. It's a blast. Gorilla Cambridge did notify us that there's free downloadable content coming in 2014, including 2 maps, and there's lots of patches, lots of support for the near future. So this game is a worthy purchase right now because of the great future it has coming up. So my number one pick for 2013 for Vita shouldn't really come as a surprise to many people, considering I just reviewed it. It's Tearaway. So quite simply, Tearaway is one of the best gaming experiences I've had this year. It uses Vita hardware better than any game I've ever played. And I don't mean Vita's raw horsepower, although Tearaway is a very pretty game. I mean the hardware itself, like the back touchpad, the front touchpad, the tilting, the cameras, everything that makes the Vita unique as a gaming device, this game uses better than any other game. So, it just, it kind of combines all Vita's uniqueness to create a game that's impossible to experience on any other platform. It's fresh, it's innovative, it's fun, it's technically impressive, it sounds great, the music is just so good, the graphics look great, the art style is incredible. If you haven't seen my review, you should click on my review and check it out, because I really am going to go into detail, much more detail than I can here with that. So just plain and simple, everyone needs to buy Tearaway. If you're a Vita owner, you should buy Tearaway. If you're not a Vita owner, you should buy a Vita to play Tearaway. It's such a great experience. So that's my list. Some honorable mentions include Guacamelee, I had a lot of fun with. Terraria, I had a lot of fun with. Dead or Alive 5, as a fighting game, I had a blast with. That was a lot of fun. But, of course, there can only be 5 here, and that's my 5. So, what are your top 5 Vita games of 2013? Let me know in the comments section below, and I'll see you guys in a couple days when I upload my 2013 Vita versus 3DS year in review. Take care, guys. I'll see you soon.